I'm back with another episode of Sri Lanka and this time the main topic is food exploration. Previous videos में मैंने बहुत घूमने की details बता दी हैं. Now is the time for you to know about what Sri Lanka food is all about. Hello people, this is me Pragya Sharma exploring new ways of living and I am here to share my food exploration experience in the north and east part of Sri Lanka, where I'll be covering details about the cafes and street food. There are dishes which are common between India and Sri Lanka, but the making style is different. Watch this video till the end to know what should be trying on your trip to Sri Lanka. And now on a count of 1, 2, 3, rock and roll. Let's talk about the food I tried in Kandy. Spot 1. Funk Bunks, where I ordered vegetable noodles. This was my hostel place and I wanted to play safe here, so I ordered this, which turned out to be different. Now you will think, what would it be different in veg noodles? Well, the noodles themselves were different. I mean, look at them. They look like long vermicelli, very thin, and after having noodles many times on my trip, I came to the conclusion that okay, this is how their noodles are. You will see. If I talk about the taste, it was simple, but using this red chutney will spice your food. Also, they must have used some different oil because taste alag hi tha. But acha tha. Spot 2. Cafe The Vibe, where we tried one of the authentic famous dishes of Sri Lanka, kotu, which comes in many options like veg kotu, egg kotu, chicken kotu, cheese kotu and more. I was curious to try this because its name was everywhere on the street. हम नाइट में कैफे गए डिनर करने, so I thought यही ट्राई कर लेते हैं and I ordered egg kotu. When my order arrived, I became more curious to know what is this kotu. How did they make this half-caked look-like dish? Guys and girls, kotu is a stir-fried, chopped roti mixed with veg and egg or meat with subtle spices added to it. Anyway, starting में थोड़ा weird लगा. In the end, I kinda liked it seriously, and I have seen many travelers liking it. Guys, do not miss this as the dish is very popular and I'm sure you will not hate it. Spot 3. Honey Pot is a quite expensive restaurant compared to the other food places I covered. We wanted to go to the cafe Secret Alley, but our tuk-tuk driver said that the place was opposite to where we were. हमें पता था वो बस अपने कमीशन के लिए बोल रहे हैं, you know, इनके types होते हैं. Anyway, the restaurant was good, especially the view. A good pick for a date night and having a romantic dinner with this view. My friend ordered noodles and I ordered veg fried rice. Whoa, look at this. India mein na, I am a fan of Desi Chinese. So yeah, look, thoda surprising tha. Even in taste also the food was simple and subtle. They served a very small portion of Sri Lankan dal just to taste it. Guys, that dal is like an Indian dal, rice wala dal only. They call it dal. मैंने तो राइस में दाल के साथ खाया. It was like feeling ऐसे ही आ रहा था, दाल चावल खा रही हूँ proper. Spot 4. Balaji Dosai is a very popular South Indian veg restaurant in Kandy and there are many South Indian veg options near this place. I did the mistake of choosing the wrong dish because of the craving. Well, they were famous for their South Indian food, especially dosas, and I ordered chana veg and paratha. Everything was good in quantity, chana was okay and parathas were also fine. The potato was dry and very nice. It was simple in taste, but the black pepper made it flavorful. Guys, if you plan to go there, then do try their dosas, idli or typical South Indian dishes, not this. Spot 5. Lion Brand Coffee and Bakery, where I tried white sauce pasta, which was another flop trial in Kandy because of the chef's creativity. They added onions to pasta to make it unique, and sorry, I did not like it at all. I never had onions in pasta, so I can't even think of asking to remove this topping. मुझे लगा होगा श्रीलंका में ऐसे ही पास्ता खाते हैं, to add onion is common here. But it's not true. It's just the chef's creativity which I didn't like. But yeah, I like the passion fruit juice, good in taste and refreshing. Moving on to the next city, Sigiriya. The town has an amazing cafe, very unique and beautiful cafes all around. मन तो कर रहा था सब try करूँ, but I was in Sigiriya only for a half-day tour, so I managed to visit 2 cafes. Spot 1. Chuti Restaurant. First of all, let me tell you the meaning of Chuti. It means small in Sri Lankan language. Being an Indian, it was hard to read it correctly. You see it, you can connect with me what I mean by hard. I was craving for some refreshing drink after the hike and I ordered a sweet lemon. Thoda sa water diluted laga, otherwise it was okay. I like the cafe. I finished my drink very slowly because I like the laid back atmosphere. I was enjoying it and yeah, it was a good visit. Spot 2. Glow Heaven Restaurant, where I tried the very popular dish of Sri Lanka, vegetable rice and curry. Guys and girls, mujhe laga veg rice and curry means a portion of rice and curry. But no. There are multiple curries, says dal, beans, pumpkin, leaf and more served with sambal and rice. Good that they were offering in a buffet system, so mera food waste nahi gaya. First I took all the 5-6 curries in a small portion with rice and then I took a good portion of dal and beans curry because I like them. This wholesome food gave me an idea of how Sri Lankan people make their food and the flavors in it. None of the curries were spicy and overpowering but flavorful. Do try this authentic dish in Sri Lanka, rice and curry. Next, let's go to the Nuwara area where I went to only one restaurant called Ambal's, a pure vegetarian restaurant where I tried yummy plain dosa and it was the best. It seems to be a well-known restaurant amongst local and they love the food here. There are many options on the menu, say South Indian, North Indian, biryani, tea, coffee, naan and more. मुझे तो मेरा order में आनंद ही आ गया. The dosa was big in size and was served with sambar, coconut chutney and one more thing was there. वो tomato chutney नहीं था but कुछ और था. I like the food. Sambar was good in taste like we have in India. Dosa was finely made. In short, this order was amazing. Moving on to the next city, El. Oh, this town was super pure me out. Spot 1. Cafe by Rainbow is a nice cozy cafe decorated with greens which attracted me to go to this cafe. I like the vibe. It was charming, vibrant and welcoming. The menu is diverse again, covering vegan options, vegetarian options and fusion options along with Sri Lankan traditional dishes. The cafe's balcony seating provides an excellent view of El's lively main street. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a chance to sit here because it was occupied and went to the top floor. ऐसा लग रहा था वो solo seating के लिए ही है. Anyway, I got confused with my order and decided to go for veg fried rice. People, listen to me. The dish is very basic, lekin. When my order arrived, oh my, what a presentation. Seriously, I haven't had fried rice in my life in such a presentation. Very impressive. Talking about the taste, I am not into eating these sides of greens and raw dressings, but I ate it here and for a change, I like it. Again, the flavors were subtle, not powering. I added some black pepper, which enhanced the taste. Overall, I enjoyed my meal 100%. Spot 2. Clay Pot, where I tried authentic Sri Lankan curry and coconut roti. The restaurant serves amazing food. I came here specially to try coconut roti with curry. And यहाँ भी मुझे लगा they'll serve one curry and coconut rotis, but no guys, same case here. They served 4 to 5 curries with 2 coconut rotis. The plate looked absolutely beautiful and colorful. The curries were made of pumpkins, jackfruit, dal, beetroot, potato and some green leaves vegetables. I liked only 2 curries out of all. That doesn't mean the other flavors were not good. It's just me who liked my food this way. It was a lovely night, raining in El City. I enjoyed my dinner and I hope you will enjoy too. Now let me share my street food experience and the great coconut drink in El. First, King Coconut. It's a unique variety of coconut native to Sri Lanka. Unlike regular coconuts, King Coconut have a bright orange shell. The water is sweeter and less acidic than that of regular coconuts, making it a natural energy drink. In the deep skirts of Sri Lanka, King Coconut is used in traditional Ayurvedic medicines to balance the body's heat and improve hydration. When I tried this, all the points which I just mentioned, I felt it in real. It was very sweet in a good way, refreshing and flesh of the coconut. Oh god. Guys, do try, just try, you will love it. Second street food, vegetable roti. This is one of the Sri Lankan people's snack. एक बार खाने के बाद I have had this multiple times and this was my savior when no good food or veg food options were around. Do not go by the name कि इसमें vegetables होगा. No, the filling is of mashed potatoes with powering spices. Oh, one of my favorites in Sri Lanka. Third street food, veg crispy roll. This also you can see in many of the bakeries or small eateries shop. My other favorite, and again, do not go by the name of vegetables. The filling is of potatoes only with spices, inside soft and outside crunchy, coated with breadcrumbs, deep fried and served on your plate. Try करो, अच्छा लगेगा. Number 4, plain hopper, a traditional Sri Lankan dish often enjoyed by the people for breakfast. It's a bowl-shaped pancake made from a fermented batter of rice flour and coconut milk, giving it a unique combination of crispy edges and a soft spongy center. They are typically served with sambar or dal curry, coconut chutney or red spicy chutney. Hoppers come in a various varieties, say egg hopper, chocolate hopper, cheese hopper and whatnot. I tried plain hopper on the street of L and guys, after tasting one, I was like, keep repeating. Oh, I like it. Nothing really fancy or great. I was attracted to the simplicity of the taste and I enjoyed it. Number 5 is the potato bun and a muffin which I bought from this cute moving auto type vehicle. After seeing this type of moving food vehicle in L, I saw this in many cities offering veg and non-veg snacks with sweets at a highly reasonable price. The taste was good and even muffins were very fresh, spongy and tasty too. It's time to move to the final city of this video, Tissa, where we got a chance to try food from a restaurant called Taranga Restaurant, where I went with my friends from the L hostel. The restaurant was quite good and popular amongst local. The menu has a lot of options, says biryani, noodles, seafood, Chinese, vegetarian, fried rice, sandwich, omelette, salads and more. I ordered egg noodles and my friends ordered veg noodles, chicken kotu and chicken tikka. My noodles were okay, not so good and not so bad and basic in taste. Even my friends also considered the food basic in taste. To wrap up the dinner, we ordered the popular dessert of Sri Lanka called yogurt with honey. This place was serving in the cheapest price, plus I had these guys with me to share because I'm not a sweet tooth person, hence we ordered this. जैसा मैंने सोचा था वैसा कुछ नहीं है. It was a generous scoop of creamy curd made from buffalo milk placed in a bowl topped with pure honey. Oh, nice combination. And with this, I am ending the video topic here, covering my food experience in north and east of Sri Lanka. I did not go after the popular or well-known cafes or fancy spots. Tried my best to taste all the local Sri Lankan dishes from any random cafes and street side small shops. One thing to highlight, their one portion quantity has been too much for me, so most of the time I have requested the half portion quantity. You can try local authentic food and drinks from the street side or small shops. I found it pretty reasonable and good in taste. The next video we will cover food experiences from south and west of Sri Lanka. This is me, Pragya Sharma, exploring new ways of living, signing off. You see me in my next release. Till then, travel safely, stay safe and explore the world with care. Bye. Salam.